your life has to be intended. The moment you get to the field of play, you have only one intention: to score the goal.
Score a goal.
That's your intention. As an individual, whatever you want to achieve in the long, medium, or short term, you cannot ignore finances. The treasures of the world are always found in the deep. There is no treasure on the shallow space. If you really want treasures that can change the lives of people, you've got to go to the deep.
I'm very privileged to have a brother. We sat in the same classroom with the same surname. I'm Jonathan Boateng, and today I'm privileged to introduce my own brother. I call him Universe Man because he's too deep when it comes to presentation and analysis. I introduce Enoch Osu Boateng. He's a personal developer and a coach. Enoch is currently the study lead for Virtual Institute for Personal Development, an online learning platform that seeks to shape the African mind and inspire the growth mindset. And he's somebody I followed him for quite a long time, and he has not deviated from his vision. Anytime I have an encounter with him, I ask him that, why are you not diverting from your vision? Mr. Enoch Osu Boateng,
Jonathan,
you are welcome to Akostik TV.
thank you for having me.
I'm very happy to see you today. Do you know the reason why? Anytime I see your presentation, you are too deep. What is your secret?
Oh, I think it's all about God and it's all about the people. You know, I mean, when you are connected to God, I mean, God is deep. So when you are connected to God and you love the people, you love to go to the deep. Because I always say that the treasures of the world are always found in the deep. There is no treasure on the shallow space. If you really want treasures that can change the lives of people, you've got to go to the deep. So that is why gold is in the deep, oil is in the deep, all the treasures of the world are in the deep. And of course, any deep thing, when discovered, is always beneficial to the masses. That is why I love to go for deep things.
Wow. And that is why you always want to talk about deep things.
That's right.
I have two of your books with me today.
Yeah.
The first one is Be a Master of Money.
Right.
I think you wrote that book 12 years ago.
12 years ago, yeah.
What made you write that book?
You know, when I wrote Be a Master of Money, the whole concept came when I had a call. You know, I started a church 15 years ago, and when I started a church, I think I was praying, and one afternoon I had a vision to teach the African to be liberated from poverty. You know, because when you are poor economically, I mean, your wall of security breaks down. Look at what is happening in Africa. I mean, Africa is poor, and because Africa is poor, there are so many attacks. I felt strongly that when a person loses his economic power, I mean, there are so many things that can affect the person. So I decided to research in the Bible to find out what will make a person have control over money. Because we are living in a world of things, and everything that you want to have access to live life meaningfully, it's exchanged with money. So I realized that it is very, very important that we really take control over our finances. So
was the book specifically for only Christian or for the entire world?
I mean, for Be a Master of Money, the major inspiration was from the Bible. The major inspiration was from the Bible, because I realized that there was so many information, or there are so many things that the average church was not paying attention to, because my search was in the scriptures. Every principle in that book was, founded in the Bible, and this is what I have revised to become Money in the Bible.
Money in the Bible.
So it's the Be a Master of Money. That is what I've revised to become Money in the Bible, which is on Amazon. Yeah, it's for that one. It's specifically for those who really look at the Bible as an inspirational document.
The last time I checked, the research I saw that 75% of Christians can't produce food for their family.
Yeah.
Is it because they are not trying their best to make ends meet?
Well, I think it's the information, of course. It's the access to information is very key, because I've been in a church, not just a church. I'm a theologian, so I appreciate the Christian context or the Christian Bible, and I feel that the information from the pulpits for the past few years has to be reviewed. Do you understand? Because whatever the outcomes of your life will be based on the kind of information that you have processed. That's the basic principle of life. So what goes into you is what you produce. And so for me, I think that over the years, for some time now, the African church, was not paying particular attention to these issues of economics. But now, charismatics and some of the new churches are paying attention to, some of these topics.
You made mention that you were once a theologian.
Not once a theologian. I'm a theologian.
You are still a theologian.
I've graduated. I did theology at Christian Service. So,
do you want us to move more into your pastoring life?
For now, let's look at the topic, because it's a topic that we are looking at, and a Muslim will be listening. There are different people who will be listening. So I think we can pick it from a generic perspective. When I meet Christians, of course, I have what I speak with Christians.
Okay, the last question before we move on.
That's right.
Are you still a founder of a church, or
am I still a founder
of a church?
Oh no, I don't have any church.
Okay.
I don't have a church now.
We will talk about that one later.
Yeah.
I have a book here written by Enoch and that's the book Mind Shift African Series, Personal Finance in a Challenging Economy. I think when you put it on Facebook, I also copied it, and a friend of mine who is a fashion designer said I need a copy. So I asked him why. He said, no, I need to streamline my finances. What made you write this book?
Of course, it's obvious. Two things in the topic: personal finance, challenging economy. So we have national finance, corporate finance, and personal finance. So it means that what keeps the world going is finance.
Okay.
And so Ghana's economy is described in terms of finances. Advanced world, finances. Businesses that are doing well, look at their financial performance. So it means that if a nation can achieve its goals, its finance has to be key. If a company can achieve its goals and objectives, whether long-term, short or medium-term, finance is key. So then again, as an individual, whatever you want to achieve in the long, medium or short term, you cannot ignore finances. And again, I am looking at personal finance in a challenging economy because I accept the fact that Ghana's economy is very challenging. So if you are living a life that cannot be divorced from finances and you are in a challenging economy, how then do you build your personal finance in a challenging economy like Ghana?
I don't know. From last year, you are focusing much in the financial institution.
That's right.
But in your book, chapter 1, system thinking.
That's right.
What is system thinking?
I keep saying that everything is a system. Everything is a system. Now the computer is a system.
Okay.
If you look at our transportation system, look at our health system. So when it comes to building your personal financial infrastructure or building your personal finance, I say that you have to be a systems thinker.
Okay.
Why am I saying a systems thinker? When we talk of finance, it is not only about the money or the 100 cedis notes that you hold.
Okay.
That is not it. The 100 cedis or the 50 cedis that you hold is a representation of complex processes, institutions, activities, policies that brings the money in your hand.
So it's a process.
It's a process. So you see, if you really want to go into finances, it's not about the pursuit of a paper note.
Okay.
But it's about an understanding of the system behind that paper. And you know that as a man thinks, so he is.
So he is.
The Bible says that René Descartes, one of the greatest philosophers, said cogito ergo sum. I am because I think. So whatever you think you are, you are. And so the way you think about money will determine how you relate to money. And so if money is a system, and you're also a thinking being, for you to start building your finances, you need to be a systems thinker. And that is why I start with
So your
system
system thinking will help you to lay the foundation.
Of course, when you are a systems thinker, the next step you have to do is that if you want to build something, of course, you start with the foundation.
Elaborate more on that.
That is at the hand. Of course, now I keep saying that everybody is a builder. Okay, that's why people say I'm building my life.
Okay.
I'm building my dreams. So we all have the subconscious understanding that we are building something. That some people are conscious builders.
Okay.
And some people are unconscious builders. Whether you are aware or not, you are building something.
Okay.
So what we are saying here is that when it comes to your financial infrastructure, you've got to build it. But unfortunately, life is the only thing that somebody build the foundation for you. Your life is the only thing that somebody laid the foundation for you.
Okay.
Your mother, the school that you went, the family that you came to. I mean, the foundation was laid from there. So now that you can appreciate life and you can see life in different perspectives and you can see into your future, laying the foundation simply means that go back to the foundation and check if the foundation that was laid for you when you were young will fit the kind of dreams or the kind of future that you want to build. That's what we are looking at. So you cannot build a strong financial infrastructure in a challenging economy like this without building a solid foundation.
Okay.
Because the turbulence economic turbulence in Africa is very high. You know, the destabilization in Africa is very challenging. The wind of economic challenge is very tough. So if you don't lay a very strong foundation for your infrastructure, the quality of life that you want to build, you will not be able to build it.
So in relation with laying the foundation, you talked about reason and intention. And you also talk about financial philosophy, and you talk about financial blueprint.
All right.
Sum them together, let's see.
You see, the moment you want to build something, it has to start with an intention.
Okay.
I mean, nobody builds by accident. You must intend. Because if you want to build, it's going to cost you. So if you are building something that is going to cost you, you cannot do that by accident. If you want to build your financial future, like the next 20 years, this is how I want to build my financial infrastructure. You've got to be intentional about it. And the word intention means that you are going to stretch. Intention from the Latin words means intentio. It means that you have to stretch your imaginations from today to embrace the possibilities of the future. So as I sit here, if I want to build a house, maybe a 5-story building, I have to be intentional about it. Because I need to set aside resources, financial resources, labor, and other things to do that.
You don't just start.
You cannot just start. So you need to be intentional, meaning you've got to stretch your imagination from the present challenge and embrace the future possibility.
In relation with Ghana's economy right now, currently, are we building or we are not building?
Well, when it comes to these national economic discourse, I mean, I normally save it, because there are so many things that we can talk about. But for now, my assignment is on the individual.
Okay.
You know, there are two ways of building a nation. We have the top-down approach, where we look at what the leaders are doing, and we have the bottom-up approach, where the individuals are doing. So you can have the best top-down approach, but if you don't have the right bottom-up approach, you cannot build a nation.
So your vision is?
Mine is to look at the individual.
Okay.
Because what you call a nation is an aggregation of individuals coming together to form the nation. So when we say a nation is doing well, it means that people are doing well.
So how can individual tap into the actual source?
You know, is it what you have in the book here? All the 5 chapters, they are like deep philosophies that takes time to explore. So tap into the actual source. That takes you to what we call the metaphysical dimension of the things that I talk about. And of course, I don't think our meeting here will give us the chance to look at it. But the point is that we have to look at the foundation, your reason. It means that your life has to be intended. The moment you get to the field of play, you have only one intention: to score the goal.
Score a goal.
That's your intention. So the moment you hit this life, you come here and you come to your consciousness. Your intention should be that you want to build quality life. So that should be your intention. And you see, when you have an intention and you don't have a compelling reason to support the intention, at the point in time, your intention will become dissipated, it will become neutralized. Because there are so many reasons that you can justify why you can't do what you want to do.
Okay.
And so I keep on saying that having intention is not enough. But you must have a compelling reason that will drive you to achieve that intent. And not only that, you must have what we call your philosophy. The philosophy is the guiding principle that is going to lead you to that intent. Go into any corporate organization now, they have a philosophy.
Yeah.
Apple has its philosophy.
Sure.
And that is why when there was a case between Apple and FBI wanted to access the source code of Apple. Apple said that no, our philosophy is committed to customer security. Even though FBI is saying that there is a threat to national security, we will not give you our source code. The case went to court and Apple won. Apple did not give it. And so what am I trying to say? When you have a strong philosophy, it runs your life. So your philosophy about life determines your outcomes of life. Your philosophy about money determines your relationship with money. Your philosophy about people determines how you relate to people. So, of course, you need to build your philosophy. And this building your philosophy can take, it's a full course that can take a year to teach. But what I say. So, and then we also have the final, which is a blueprint. Nobody builds without a plan.
Okay.
So if you want to build your financial structure, you should show me your plan. There must be a plan. That's a blueprint.
You are watching Akostik TV. And the venue for this program is Vicky's Food Joint at Patase Main Street. Welcome back to Akostik TV. And today I'm here with one of the prominent men in the system in Ghana and worldwide. It's very deep when it comes to finances. It's very deep when it comes to analysis. It's very deep when it comes to personal development. Mr. Enoch, you were talking about the individual lifestyle that individuals should back up and build oneself. Looking into your book, the cosmic source and the U factor, how do you explain those things?
You know, in the context of finance, I say that when you look at the financial system, because I've stated that money is a system, I have a diamond kind of that talks about
Diagram.
the financial system, and I place you as a head of the system.
Okay, you
that
as an individual.
As an individual.
Okay.
And then I talk about your flow.
Okay.
You know, your flow, and then I talk about the market and the economics.
Wow.
So for me, I look at these four elements within an individual's personal financial system. I say that you are the source. You are the source of every money that you are looking for. You know, the other time when I shared this, some people did not understand. When I say you are the source simply means that everything flows from you. It's because you have developed yourself as a medical doctor. That is why the money that you are receiving comes to you.
Okay.
It is because you have developed yourself as a taxi driver. That is why the money you receive as a taxi driver comes to you. It's because you have developed your capacities as a journalist. That is why the money that you want comes to you. And so the human being is a vast field of infinite potential. The extent to which you develop your capacities and how you find your flow will determine the amount of money that comes to you.
So then it means that every individual has a potential inside.
That's right.
Can do something.
That's right.
But why is it that a lot of people are shifting blames to other people?
Of course, they don't want to explore. They don't want to bear the cost of exploration. You see, that is why I'm saying that the distraction outside is very much. There are so many distractions outside. You are here to explore this field. Life is not happening here. Life is happening here. What you call life is happening here. It is not happening outside you. So your ability to explore the life energy that is here and the potential that you carry here, because this is all that you're going to have. You can never experience anything outside you. Everything you're going to experience is here. And so your ability to get back here, to explore all the potentials and find the flow. So now this morning, I developed myself as a writer and I have found my flow through this book. So if this book gets to 2,000 people and each of them is paying 500 for each book, then I'm going to get 50,000 or 500,000 cash coming to me. So how did the money come to me? I developed my writing capacities. my analytical skills, my ability to put down ideas in a document, printed it, and I gave it to so many people, and that money flowed through them to me. Do you get what I'm trying to say? The point is, our focus has been that our source of money is from outside. And because we think our source of money is from outside, we have left this vast field of potential, and we are chasing money out there. And that's how come we are not getting it.
You are still watching Akostik TV. Don't you think that a lot of people are having problem with, I don't have the money, but I have the idea. How can I get the money?
If you are honest with yourself and you really have the idea, you will know how to go about it. If you say you have the idea, you don't have the money, then it means you don't have any idea. You are hypocrites. You don't know what you're talking about. Anybody who has an idea which is authentic and the idea has consumed you, it will help you find out what you need to fulfill. When I was printing this book, I didn't have money.
Okay.
Nobody believed in what I wanted to do. If you look at the print, it's not quality as this. It is not as quality as it. I had to go run
Because
get
your money will determine a kind of outcome.
That's right. You see, what you have will determine. So if you have an idea, definitely, if you really have an idea, then you should go about it. You should know how to go about it.
Mr. Enoch, I want you to look straight to your camera. Someone is watching you on Akostik TV, and that person is broke down. He wants to join the Unemployment Association. Please share your insight with such a person. Encourage that person.
You know, it's very simple. I mean, a lot of people are now sharing this idea that, you see, the outcomes of your life is as a result of the decisions that you've made. What you're experiencing now and the moment is as a result of the decisions that you are making. So many things are influencing you. Your parents, your life situations, the economy, the politics, whatever. There are so many things influencing you. But at the end of the day, you have to make the decision about your life, what you want to really get out of this life. If you are that person who wants quality outcomes, then it is time to get access to quality information. And this is where I was telling you this morning that if you are in a situation that is lack, or that is in a poverty situation, don't forget that poverty is expensive. Poverty is expensive. And in the same way, if poverty is expensive, to move out of poverty, you are not going to get it for free. So that's it.
Yeah, problem solving is never free. If you are not willing to pay the price, be ready to endure. I think I copied this from your Facebook wall.
Yeah.
And I saw a lot of people making comment about that. Can you please explain it well?
It's very simple. I mean, there's so many problems that we all face. But the first principle of problem solving is that you should be willing to bear the cost. I mean, if you have a car and the tire is flat, you can't move. It's a problem. What do you have to do? You have to pay money to solve the problem. If you are sick, even human life, that is the most valuable thing on earth. If you are sick and you are dying and you get to hospital, there is a price on the healing.
I love that. There's a price on the healing,
and it varies. The higher the problem, the higher the price. Terminal illness are expensive. Diseases that has to do with heart, cardiovascular treatment, that deals with treatment, they runs into hundreds of thousands of Ghana cedi. Why should it not be free? And you think you can solve your poverty situation with free access to free information? It's not going to happen that way. Every problem is going to come at a cost.
Mr. Enoch, you are too deep. How many books have you written?
Oh, for now, I think I have the Money in the Bible. I have the Personal Finance in the Challenging Economy. I also have the Self-Governance in the pipeline coming. I mean, there are lots of books in the pipeline, but for now, there are two that have been published. Personal Finance in the Challenging Economy, and then Money in the Bible, specifically for the church.
And I want to take this opportunity to tell all viewers that if you haven't gotten a copy of this book, try as much as possible to get a copy, because even the content alone will let you see the light. Get a copy. Who forwarded the book for you?
My business partner in US. I mean, he's a manager for a mining company in Union Bridge, US. He's my business partner. Another deep thinker. His name is Dr. Kwaku Buachi.
Dr. Kwaku Buachi.
So I've worked with him for the past I mean, 2 years. He's the only person who believed in the vision.
Okay.
And who invested in what I was doing.
So it means a lot of people don't believe in your vision.
Oh, there are a lot of people. To start with, they don't see it, so it's only natural for them to.
Do they want to see before they believe in you?
Of course, they can answer it themselves.
Okay, so Mr. Enoch, if somebody want to get a copy of the book, can you show us where we can get a copy?
For now, if you want it, it has to be a direct contact. You can just get into contact with me via Facebook and all my channels, and we'll see how you can get a copy.
What should be your expectation of this book?
For me, I learn not to have any expectation for anything. I've just put it out there, and then whatever will happen will happen.
That is the reader's expectation.
Of course, as a reader, I expect that once you get access to the book, you try as much as possible to, because it's not something that you read once and you are cool. And that is why I'm also planning to come up with a reading club.
Okay.
So those who have got the first copy, I have a reading club for them, and I'm taking them through personally. They have access to me, and I'm taking them
more light on the reading club.
Of course, when you get access, we have the starter pack.
Okay.
The starter pack gets you access to the book and the audio.
Okay.
And you have the platinum pack. The platinum pack gets you access to the book, the audio, the ebook, and the 1 month subscription to our reading club. So for the reading club, that is where you have access to me as the author, and that is when so many things that probably I couldn't put down in the book, you can ask questions, you can discuss with me for 1 month. Then you have the bigger reading community where you pay for another subscription and you join.
Page 59 of your book, you talked about the you factor. Do you know that you are an integral part of the source of every cedi or dollar you ever dream of having? Without you, there is no incoming generation process. Throw more light on that.
When you die, no money will come to you. When you die, no money comes to you. It's because you are alive and because you are in the equation of economics. That is why money comes to you. That's why I tell you that you are the beginner of everything. When you go on retirement and you are no longer working in a company, they will not give you money because you are out of the equation.
What of those who are working? They are hard workers, but they don't get more than enough. Is there a problem of they don't know how to manage finance or what?
This is a very broad question, and which we cannot, answer for everybody. It depends on how the individual's orientation about money. Do you understand? It depends on the individual's orientation about money and how the individual is building whatever financial dream that he or she has. To that question, there are so many aspects to that. It would be very unfair to give a remark to say that because of this, that is why you're not doing this. Because of this, that's why you're not doing this. There are individual differences. Unless the situation is carefully assessed on individual basis, then you will know that, okay, I think these are the bottlenecks that you need to fill. That is what it is. But I cannot make general statement as to why people are not experiencing the financial freedom that they want to have.
This book is very loaded with deeper revelation and in-depth understanding. Man of God, in your introduction of your book, for most of our lives, we will all be dealing with economic finance. And you say that whether it is our health, intellectual development, capacity building, or relationship or financial status has devoting effects of the major areas of our lives. We want to conclude it, but what are you trying to tell us?
Of course, it's obvious. You can't do your production without expensive cameras and stuff. You cannot, there's nothing that you do in this life without money, as I stated in my introduction. If you're talking of health, if you want to get quality food, organic foods to buy today, it's going to be expensive. People have enough money, they have time for exercises and stuff. So, what I'm trying to say here is that it's clear that the quality of your relationships, even marriage, money plays a key role in your relationships. There are a lot of fights, a lot of arguments in the house on the basis of money. When it comes to your capacity building, whether you are building your career, whatever you are doing, money plays a key role. So, as I stated in my introduction to the book and to this program, it's very simple. At the heart of everything that you are doing as a person, you cannot ignore finance. And until you build a strong personal financial infrastructure, you can never get the quality of outcomes that you expect in this life. It's never possible.
Mr. Enoch, you are very deep. Who inspires you or who is your mentor?
Technically, it's interesting that I don't have any mentor. I don't look up to anybody. I take inspiration from different people, different things, But honestly, I don't have any mentor that I am modeling my life after. But I listen to a lot of people.
Have you made up your mind to give up on your dreams?
You said?
Have you made up your mind to get up of your dreams?
Why would I give up on my dreams? No. I mean, you know how far we've come. You know how challenging the journey has been. We've never relented. We've never stopped along the line. We are still moving on. And every day it gets tougher and tougher, but it also becomes, more tougher and tougher, harder and harder to overcome the challenges that come. Every single day we are moving. The higher you go, the intensity, or how should I say, the tougher the things become. But we are still moving.
Have you failed before?
You said?
Have you failed before?
It depends on how you look at the word failed, whether within a certain context or what. But generally I've not failed because I'm able to do what I have to do. Though there are setbacks. I mean, you expected some things and it did not work the way you were expecting. But we all have challenges, I mean, of course, there are times you set targets you are not able to achieve. I mean, of course, you look at why these things happen and you see how you can move on. So it depends on the context of failure that you want to look at. But of course, I feel that things that I wanted to do and it did not work the way I expected, but you had to sit back, relook at the whole thing and just do it again and keep on pushing.
Have you learned anything from your setbacks?
Oh, of course. I mean, it's the greatest experience ever. I mean, setbacks, challenges are various. I think they are the building blocks for whatever we're experiencing. It's challenging, of course. I mean, that's why they say step backs are also good for as stepping stones. We all have them. Even as I'm talking now, we have step backs every single day. But we see, I mean, it depends on your disposition. How you look at a thing is very important. Your orientation to the situation is very key. How you look at situations will determine how you respond to them.
Watching Akostik TV, and I'm here with Enoch also Boatin, who is giving us a very deep insight. But before we say bye-bye to you, on the chapter 5 of your book, The Drive for Entrepreneurship Opportunities, defining opportunities, exploring entrepreneurship opportunities, entrepreneurship mindset, and cognitive programming. Can you throw more light on that?
Of course, I can only summarize.
Summarize.
The reason why I talk about the drive for entrepreneurship is that, of course, you see, I try to take a balanced approach to the book because in the book I discuss jobs.
Okay.
I talk about three streams of income. There are most of us will start at the job level. Let's take most of the medical doctors. They start working in a government hospital as employees.
Okay.
Until it gets to a point in time, most of them build their specialist hospitals as entrepreneurs.
Okay.
And that is why I keep telling people that, see, when you are working in a job, it is always important that you consider entrepreneurship opportunities as well. It's an open field that you can explore. And the narrative has been that, I mean, I keep saying that in the book, I say that in Africa, there are so many entrepreneurship opportunities than job opportunities. There are so many entrepreneurship opportunities than job opportunities in Africa. And so, in as much, you can have a job now, but at the point in time, you will leave. And you cannot only survive with one job. You can explore other entrepreneurship opportunities. And that's why I talk about we having the drive.
The drive, yeah.
There should be a driver. There should be a drive, which has to be within. So if you are not driven to that direction as an entrepreneur, it will be very, very difficult. That's why I talk about entrepreneurship drive. And in doing that, I say that you need to have an entrepreneurship mindset.
Yeah.
That means you have to deliberately cultivate the entrepreneurship mindset. It has to be intentional. You have to develop entrepreneurship mindset. And only that, to develop the entrepreneurship mindset, there are certain things that you need to look at how you program yourself cognitively. You need to have some predictive abilities and also cognitive abilities. And I talk about them in the book. These are all just the starting point.
Sure.
I mean, that is why I am looking forward to build the Institute of Personal Development. So the Institute of Personal Development is going to be the first Institute of Personal Development in Ghana and in Sub-Saharan Africa, where after all your education, after whatever, you can walk into that institution and say that I want to develop myself. And the content and the programs that I have researched into for the past 25 years that I'm working on, it's simply matchless. You can't find it anywhere.
Don't you think that the government needs to adopt the personal development into our curriculum?
Oh yes, yes, and of course now they've started at the primary. They're inculcating personal development into our educational curricula, and that is a step in the right direction. But some of us need to also build it up on a grand scale. You know, it's not a government that has hospitals alone. There are individuals that also have hospitals. So that is why it's always good for individuals to also take certain initiatives. So for me, I think having an institution that is dedicated to developing people specifically, working on people's minds, working on their skills, working on their capacities specifically, giving them tools and equipment to develop them is key, and that's the vision.
You talk like a politician. You have a political affiliation?
Oh no, I don't have any political affiliation. I don't have any political intention, you know, for now. But we don't know what the future holds in store for us. But for now, I don't have any political ambition, you know, in terms of governance and politics. You know, I don't have an ambition to write anything.
All right, before we say bye-bye, on the forward side of the book, something has caught my attention right now. Develop system thinking capacity, learn to invest in yourself, build the right financial philosophy and blueprints for the future. I think you talk about it.
Yes, right.
But I want you to talk more about learn to invest in your life. A lot of people are working with people. They wake up in the morning, 5:30 a.m., 4:30 a.m. They'll go to work. They'll come back home 11 p.m. But at the end of the day, they'll get small.
You see, the whole disposition towards work in Africa is questionable. And that is why if you have proper personal development systems in Ghana here, it is not every job that you pick. I say that if you are somebody who has designed your vision very well, you will know that a job is a temporary solution to your long-term vision. It's a temporary solution to your long-term vision.
Okay.
When I got to PDF to teach as a lecturer at the professional level, I accepted that without pay. I accepted that without salary, because I knew that the more I teach, the more I was going to learn. And the more I learn, I'll build my earning capacities. Now, whatever I am doing now can be traced to the opportunity that Nana Bonsu gave me at PDF. Gave me scholarship and also gave me the opportunity to teach. I accepted that on the basis of no salary, but on the basis of learning, knowing that
for the future.
A time is going to come, I'll be developing people. So from there, whatever I'm doing is traced to what I did. So there are a lot of people, they just accept job because of what they want. But if you really accept a job because it sits in your long-term vision, then the focus will not only be for learning, but for building, will not only be for earning, but for building your learning capacities, so that when the time comes for you to disengage, you will have the capacity to start whatever you want to start.
What are you telling the management of Akostik TV? It's a new TV station, and what are some of the words of encouragement, words of exhortation? As a live developer, what are you telling me?
Oh, of course, you're doing well. I mean, it's going to be challenged because today there are so many TVs springing up. I mean, there are so many TVs springing up, basically entertainment and comedy. And I think that it's time for more of such, programs to educate people. I mean, you are doing very well. And that's how come, even after a long discussion on my reading club this morning, you have insisted that I had to come. I needed to catch some nap, but you said I should come. But because of our long-standing relationship right from JHS, and also knowing what you seek to do, what your passion is, I feel that you are also doing well. And I only hope that you have more sponsors, more opportunities, and so that in as much as we are building more entertainment TV platforms and gossips and the rest, that adds no value to people. We can bring some of these programs that can also make us think. I don't disrespect the entertainment segment, but of course, I feel that some of us also in the space, you are doing very well, and you need to be encouraged to do more. And so I encourage you to do more. Kudos. And then it's a pleasure coming here. Thanks for having me.
Your last word to the viewers.
My words are simple. You got to own your life. Nobody will be more interested in your life than yourself. And you should be willing to make the needed investment in your life by getting access to the right information, building the right relationship. Because whatever outcomes you're expecting in this life is linked to the decisions that you are making. And every decision that you are making is also linked with the information that you have accessed and you have processed. It's very, very key. Nobody owns your life. You are alive for a reason. You didn't come in the 19th century. You didn't come in the 21st, 22nd century, but you are now here for a purpose. You have been wired to handle every challenge that comes your way. Once you are intentional, once you make the proper investments, I mean, you'll be able to get the best out of your life. When the time comes, off you go.
Thank you very much. I call him Professor Enoch Owusu-Boateng.
Thank you, Baba.
As a self-growth and mindset coach, Enoch has taught at the professional level for ICM, UK, ACCA UK, ICAG, and CIM UK for 2 consecutive years. And he was a certified at Oxford Brookes Research Mentor UK for research project for ACCA students. So he's somebody who knows a lot and very deep. I asked him a question and he said that determined on the viewers. He is inspirational, he's always positive, and his words are very powerful. Thank you very much for your time. I know you are very busy, but you told you why to come and pay us a visit. And this interview has been a blessing. You are watching Akostik TV, and the venue for this program is Vegas Food at Patase. Vegas, we want to thank you for opportunity given to us every day. I'm your host, the Gospel MC. Stay relevant. God bless you. Bye-bye.